so keep that in mind.
Yeah, hey, forget I asked.
That'll definitely do.
Ew. Join the Discord.
It was the least fun I've ever had playing this game.
A small but vibrant and extremely humble community.
No, I've seen the sleeves, but I'm like, you said you're suiting up, and then you put your sleeve on. Thank you for saying that.
Because I'm a demon on the keys.
Next thing I know, we're both dead. I immediately left the lobby.
In Vietnam.
What are they playing for? Are they playing to win?
Stay humble.
Stay humble.
We're fucking live, dude. Welcome to the Dropshot, a Call of Duty podcast.
Cool.
It's an episode there. It's an episode number.
I numbered it. That's right. 135 is
Cool.
correct, I believe.
It's episode number 135. Tanner believes.
If it's not, stay mad.
And if it's not, stay mad. My
I'll
name
pull up
is
Spotify and check.
Casey. It is also known as Razanon. I am joined, as always, by Cat Daddy. Cat Daddy, who goes to work. True dinner. His jeans are not skinny like Squidward. Tanner, how you doing tonight, little buddy?
Good. I'm a single father this weekend.
You're single.
Taking care of 4 kids. My wife left me, but it's fine because you know what
Yeah.
they say, when the wife is away, the boys play. So we're all good.
When the wife is away, the boys will indeed play, which we will perhaps get into. So first, couple announcements. First of all, new patrons get fucking scammed. I didn't write a single solitary fucking note today. Why is that? Because I'm hungover. So, if you are new to the Patreon, you wanted your shout out, you'll fucking get it, but you'll get it Wednesday. You will not be getting it today. So, thanks. Appreciate it.
See how many refunds we get.
And don't refund, because I'll shout you out on Wednesday. So stay mad about that, number one. And number two, I guess we should open by saying this. Hey, Raz, why are you hungover? 'Cause I'm a degenerate.
Hey, Raz, why are you hungover?
Okay, because I'm a degenerate. Also, we had our patron hangout, weekly hangout last night, and it was both fun and exciting, I would say. So
Yeah.
a few episodes ago, I yelled at all the team captains we have for ruining Warzone customs single-handedly, which of course they did. And then I said, so the next hangout we do, we're not doing customs. We're doing something other than that. And Tanner jokingly said, let's all like turn on our face cams in Discord. So we're like, it's kind of like in a Zoom meeting, like everyone's face cam showing up. So last night we get in Discord, and then someone turns on their camera, and then we all had our cameras on. And it was actually very cool. It was unironically the single best idea Tanner's ever had related to anything ever.
I wasn't kidding either when I originally had that idea.
Really? You were being serious?
Yeah. Shout out to the guy we know on Twitter, that Bazan. I don't know how you say his name, but I saw him post a screenshot one time of like him and like 8 other guys or 8 other people with their cams on hanging out in Discord, and he was like, dude, this is fun, or some shit like that. And I was like, ooh, that's interesting.
Interesting. Very interesting. Yeah. So we did that, and it was really fucking fun. Unfortunately, you can only have 25 people max in a Discord channel if anyone's streaming video to it. That is fucking annoying. Now
Fuck Discord.
like Nick was trying to say like, oh, well, let's like, I'll just make a Zoom room for you because then we can have 100 people. It's like, well, I'm not going to make people get in the Discord, get in the channel. Everyone's muted. They're confused. They think we're in a match. And then they have to go find the fucking Zoom link. It's too much. So that's not a solution. It might be a solution if we plan for it ahead of time. And it probably could be, but it wasn't then. So stay mad.
Cool.
A lot of mad people are going to stay mad today, it turns out. But anyways, that sucked, but wasn't a problem for the most part. And then it went on for a long time, and we had a lot of fun. I will also say to those of you who were there, was that not more fun than fucking Rebirth Island customs?
Yeah.
What are your thoughts, Tanner? Would you have rather spent last night getting slide canceled by stacking pests, or did you have fun last night?
No, I don't. I think it was pretty obvious that everyone else was having fun because of the fact that I got off at maybe 12:15 or something. So we started at 7. I was on for a good 5 hours. Customs last about a hard 2 hours, and then we don't have enough people to do it. So I think there were still probably 18 people there at that time.
Yeah, quite a
and
few
probably,
still.
like 13, 14 of them still had their cameras on.
Yeah.
And at numerous points, actually, I was DM'd once by Cope, and then somebody else posted in the patron chat. They're like, "Oh, I can't even get into the channel right now because it's full because there were 25 people because we were doing the video thing." So that was pretty cool that there's actually just so many people trying to come out that we didn't have room for it, right?
Yeah.
We just didn't have room for you.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. I wonder, maybe, Tanner, you know how you could turn on your camera, but you can also like stream video to Discord?
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if maybe that would be sort of a solution. Because some people like to be there, but they don't really want to talk anyway. So they could just watch the stream, see everyone else's face, and like, listen that way. Maybe that's something we could think about doing.
I don't understand. You can still join the video thing, but not turn your camera on and see everyone else.
Well, not if it's capped at 25.
Oh, okay. I see. Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could try that. We'll look into it.
Yeah, we should look into that because that would be cool. Because, you could have way more than 25 people if no one's using video, but holy shit, the video made it really fucking cool and fun.
Yeah.
Just seeing other people's faces is like nice.
It's a different experience.
Yeah, we're human beings after all. I'm a demon.
Some of us.
Most of you are human beings. I'm a demon. I'm on demon time.
Some of you are vaping alcoholics. Yeah.
But yeah.
You're kind of human, I guess. You're subhuman, but you're still human. You know, you're close enough.
Yeah, it was a great time. And like I've said many times on this program, the hangouts where we just don't do anything don't sound fun unless you're there and then you know what we're talking about and why it's fun. And I've said this before, it's like if there was some hangout and the guy was like, "Hey, Casey, you should come." Cool, what are we going to do? Absolutely nothing. I would say, pass, that sounds awful.
See ya.
Yeah, see ya. However, it was some people's first time at the hangout, and it turns out doing nothing, quote unquote, a fuck of a lot more fun than Warzone customs.
Yeah.
So we were all in there. We were drinking. We were laughing. I demonstrated with certainty that I do in fact have the widest shoulders in the Discord, which is of course true.
We haven't measured mine yet, so I don't know about that.
What's interesting about Ronnie, right? Good player, Car 98 user, young man, handsome kid, by the way. He's a stacking, cheating pest in Warzone customs, right? And also, he cheats when he's measuring the width of his shoulders.
Yeah.
So I found that super interesting. You learn a lot about these people. You learn a lot about them when you're in Discord with video on. It's just super interesting. We also, did some religious debates as these things often
I wasn't there for that, thankfully.
It was fun. It was really fun. L2K, L2 Millie, L2 Make a Better Name, recruited his Mormon roommate, another handsome kid, to like talk about Mormonism.
Really?
We were asking questions. It was fucking fun.
Was the kid on video?
Yeah. Yep.
Nice.
Yep. Yeah, and he was very cool. Really cool.
Mormons usually are.
Yeah,
I've met a few Mormons in my time.
Yeah, well, yeah. So we were doing that, and then it was a great fucking time. So next hangout, when we say we're not doing anything, what that really means is we're going to get in voice, we're going to chat, we're going to vibe, debate, argue, talk about all of it. We talked about a lot of stuff last night. It was really fucking fun. And like Tanner said, he was in there for 5 hours. He's not going to stick around for 5 hours if he's not enjoying it. I was there for like 7. and I'm not going to be there for 7 hours unless I'm enjoying it.
Yeah.
That's a great time. You guys should all consider going if you're a patron. Or if you're not a patron, maybe even more. Patreon.com/thedropshot. Now, one thing I would be remiss not to mention this. We're all sitting there chilling on video. And by the way, so many handsome young men in the community. It's crazy. Yeah. BBMF is a Florida boy, handsome young man. And his brother, Zpib. Now, they claim they're not related. They're lying to me. They look the same. Zpib's just like the...
Racist.
All
white people look the same.
White pieces
Got
of
it.
shit, yeah. Zpib looks like the uncle. Like his uncle, but he's only 5 years older. That's why he weighs more. He's a thick boy, dude. Zpib fucking strong, dude. Traps for days. A lot of handsome young men and women in the chat last night. So anyways, as an aside, we're all sitting there hanging out, and then Tanner's like, all right, my cat just shit on my other one. I have to go clean it up.
No, that was earlier in the day. I just had to put them to bed.
Okay. Whatever that means, by the way. Hey, Kit, did you sing him a lullaby? Did you read him a bedtime story? How do you put a cat to sleep?
Yeah.
What do you do?
I had to clean out their little kennels shit they're staying in right now and feed them.
Oh, okay. Got it. Well, anyways, Tanner goes to do that. We're all in video. I have my shirt off, as I would right this very second if it wasn't TOS, because I live in Southern California. And I'm just chilling, and I'm like, hey, guys, take your shirts off. And then everyone protests. And I say, okay, all right, let's step back a second. I said, I'm not asking you anything, but here's my question. Wouldn't it be funny if Tanner came back and no one had their shirts on? And then everyone was like, yeah, that would be really funny, actually.
So really, you just wanted to see everyone's chests.
Well,
that's what I'm kind of assuming.
Well, hey, let me ask you, Tanner. Was it funny?
Yeah, it was good. It started, because we were trying to get Shido to take his shirt off all night, and then he wouldn't. So then you forced everyone else to, so that he would.
Correct.
That's what it is deep down. You just wanted to see Shido with no shirt on, so you forced everyone else to do it.
That is, of course, true. So, yeah, I was like, wouldn't it be funny if none of us had our shirts on? And then everyone's like, yeah, I guess it would be. They kind of grumbled. And then some brave soldier was the first to step up.
What a hero.
I don't remember who
I'm going to guess if Millie was there at that point, I'm going to say it's either Jaren or Millie. They seem like the guys that would just take their shirt off and not give a fuck.
I think it was Jaren. I'm pretty sure it was Jaren. That was the first volunteer. And then it was just a domino effect. And then soon everyone had their shirts off, except for Jacob Down, which is a discussion perhaps for another time. And then Tanner comes back. He's like, what the fuck's going on? And it was a great time. So now maybe I just got a lot of refunded patrons, because that doesn't sound like a swell evening to you, right? Bunch of shirtless men on video. Hey, I get it. But it was a funny joke, and I stand by it. And I approve of it. And it was hilarious. And then we just kept, hanging out, chatting. It was a great time.
Got it. Cool. Yeah, it was fun. I had a lot of fun.
So, anyways, patreon.com/thedropshot. And that is why I'm hungover today. Because, again, I was up for like 7 hours just chatting with all of them. It was a really good time. So, thank you all for showing up, for real. Met a lot of you for the first time, too, which was very cool.
That's what's better about doing that, by the way, than customs, is we don't ever get to talk to any of them.
Yeah, I agree. Exactly. There were a ton of people that like Boopsy, like we had never really chatted with, Kuyan, Caden, BB, Zpib, a lot of people, Dusty, a bunch of you guys that like, we're not going to have a conversation when when L2K is stacking and just fucking zoning us. It's just not possible. So that was a much better opportunity to do that, and it was great. So really fun time. And again, thank you all for coming out. So other than that, you posted an image about the tournament, Tanner. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Where can this be found? On the Discord?
In the information tab. Drop down and hit announcements. You'll see it though, because I tagged all of you.
Got it.
So you'll see it. Don't worry.
Okay. Yeah. So reminder, and we'll put this on Twitter as well if we haven't already. Patron, fucking the Dropshot Call of Duty podcast Rebirth Island tournament is going to be June 12th, 1 p.m. Pacific time. Goated Oat is once again the event organizer. So ask him questions about it, because that's it. That's all I know. Everything I know is on that poster, that image. So if you have a question...
So you know the date. Got it.
Yes. I know it's Rebirth Island. I know it's our patrons, and I know it's on June 12th at 1 p.m. Pacific time. If there's information that is not on that image that you want to know, don't ask me, because I don't know either. Ask Goat. He's figuring it out. What's the KD cap?
Goated Out in the Discord.
Yep. What's the KD cap? Don't know. What's the team size? Don't know. How's the bracket? Don't know. Is it double elimination? No idea. Ask Goated Out. He's figuring it all out.
Well, don't ask him anything. We'll have details posted by Monday, more than likely.
Yes. Yes, we will. We will. Yeah. So then that's going to be cool. We're going to do that similarly to how we did the Dropshot gunfight tournament, which you guys seem to enjoy quite a bit. The only difference is we can't codcast in game for a Warzone tournament. So I guess we're going to have to like watch people's streams or something.
Oh, did we not even think about, did we completely overlook that?
Yes.
I wasn't even thinking about that. Wow.
We could also join our own team.
So the tournament's breaking news. The tournament is canceled. It's that simple. The tournament has been canceled.
No,
sorry,
you know
guys.
what? No, here's what we'll do, Tanner. We will play in the tournament and we'll both have like a referee skin on.
Okay.
And then just don't shoot us. We can just run around and not be shot.
That won't work well, but okay.
That'll be awful. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be worse. Yeah. So the tournament's canceled. Don't ask Goated Out anything because it's been canceled.
Cap. Goat will figure it out. He said this would be a good idea, so I'm trusting that that's true. So that'll be coming. And that is all I can think of right now for announcements. Tanner, anything else from you, little bud?
Nope.
Cool. All right. So, oh yeah, have people stream into Discord. And then we could watch those. That's a great idea, Reflex. Really good idea. All right. Yeah. There are other announcements probably. I can't think of them, and so I'm not making them. But once again, if you subbed offline, if you joined the Patreon, love you, appreciate you, thank you. We will get more into that on Wednesday. I will shout you all out. So if you're listening for the jingle, here the fuck it is, dude. You know the vibe.
You know the fucking vibes.
Oh, call me Al with the 13 months, dude. Let's go, buddy. Thank you, young man.
I just ignored it or what? That's cool.
I didn't see it.
So you ignore your subs now? Got it.
Much appreciated, Al. Thank you, buddy. Very kind of you. Honored, humbled, privileged. Welcome back. Van Guardian Angel, also with a 4-month fucking resub, dude. Let's go. By the way, Al, I saw your DM on Twitter. Haven't replied yet, but if you can animate this, then we'll use you. But if you can't, then we won't. But it's going to depend on how our personal overlays come out. So don't get mad. Don't get your feelings hurt. Okay, Al? This is an exceptional overlay.
It's exceptional.
Great. We love it. But if our game overlays are all fancy with fucking sparkles and shit, we're going to have to level up the podcast overlay too. But even if we do, and even if you don't know how to do that, we'll use this as a template. So it'll still be your design in spirit. So stay mad, Al. Stay mad. But thanks for the resub. And Van, thank you again. All right. Today we're doing Q&A. The title was clickbait. There's no surprise. Surprise.
Get scammed.
Hey, surprise. We're doing another episode of Q&A. Now, as I said, get absolutely shit on. Last Q&A episode, we only did like 3 questions. So we figured we could run it back, which is, of course, what we will be doing. So without further ado, let's scroll a little bit here. What was your favorite? Okay. All right. Fucking dog shit program is Google Chrome. Okay. Boyd asks, how do you get into Warzone? Cool. Awesome program. How do you get into Warzone? I do labor and can listen to podcasts for all 8 hours of my work shift. As a result, I've gone through every episode of the program in a few weeks. A real king right there. I've heard you mention plenty of times that you don't generally like BRs, and I have the same problem. They seem extremely slow to me, and I don't like playing defensive for territory instead of YOLOing into gunfights. Looting scavenging is also extremely tedious to me. It sucks because I love the gunplay and movement of the IDub engine. What makes Warzone different that makes you like it as a BR? Great question. And he directed this specifically to me. Tanner can weigh in, obviously, but I will say...
I don't matter, so you can answer it.
You don't matter, that's true. For any purpose. Yeah, it took work, honestly. I don't like Warzone. I feel exactly the same, and I agree with every sentiment you have here. The thing about Warzone that does make it better for me is that there is still custom loadouts. And that makes it a lot better for me. But I mean, you already know that loadouts exist. So telling you to just appreciate loadouts probably isn't going to go very far. Other than that, I would say if you start doing better, you'll start having more fun. My guess is you don't do super well in Warzone either because you push too often. So I would say if you want to get into Warzone, spend a week where you actually just try to win. Maybe get a bunch of bounties, but don't just like W key completely. And then once you start winning, it gets more fun. And then you recognize the incentive, and it's going to start to feel good to play smart rather than to just push everything. Unless you're pushing everything and still winning. That's, of course, best case scenario as far as having fun is concerned. But try winning. Like, actually. And you'll enjoy it more. And then I think you'll also be more inspired to, like, find out how to win more easily. So start watching Warzone streamers while you're eating dinner when you get off work. Watch fucking Iron or OP Marked or Iceman Isaac or whomever you choose. And then that'll kind of get you more into it. But I sympathize with you, Boyd. I still like multiplayer better. Oh, that's what I wanted to say. We'll get into that in a second. But yeah, I still like multiplayer better. But now that, you know, I've won a number of Warzone games, I have a lot of fun in Warzone too. And also, if you are playing solo, get friends. Because this game sucks solo, period. I'm not doing it. I refuse to play Warzone solo. And that is what makes Warzone better than multiplayer, in my opinion, is if I'm going to play with my friends, it's more fun to play Warzone with friends than it is to play multiplayer with friends. Because you actually have to have some teamwork in Warzone, generally, to win. Whereas in multiplayer, it doesn't matter at all. You could just completely do your own thing, even with your friends, and it's like fun. So that's another thing too, is if you play with your friends, play to win, it'll be fun, I think. What are your thoughts on this, Tanner?
I think you hit it pretty well, saying that he doesn't say anything about like playing with a group. He's just saying like he doesn't think you like it. So that could be it, actually. BRs are dog shit solo. I think actually they're boring even duos. I think BRs are or actually this BR is only fun trios or quads. So that is a good thing to note. Other than that, this does feel different than a BR in a sense that you get loadouts. which, you know, ended up being a fantastic idea that Activision had to do that. We hated it at first, of course, as you guys all know, but that's really what sets this game apart, and it makes it feel as close to like a multiplayer shooter, but also being a BR as possible. You know, you're not looting for different optics.
Yes.
You're not doing shit like that. So yeah, I get what you're saying about you don't like looting, but it's not nearly as much looting as a lot of games are. I mean, like PUBG and shit, you're looting till the very end if you don't have what you want. You know, you're still looking for different weapon attachments or looking for a suppressor or something like that, where that you don't have to do in this game. You basically, it pretty much gets to a point where you're just looting for money and then plates if you need it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But,
yeah,
that's about it.
Yeah, on that note, here you go, Boopsy, you little malding bitch. Here you go. That is one of the reasons that we stand by our proclamation that Warzone is the best BR of all time. There aren't that many. How many BRs have there been? PUBG, Fortnite, Warzone, Apex, DayZ.
H1Z1 is what you're thinking of. Those are like the 5 main ones, and H1Z1 couldn't be more dead. And yeah.
Cool.
Guess that's it.
So when you think like, how dare you say Warzone's the best BR of all time? It's like, what? There's only 5 of them. It's not like I'm picking the best, like, you know, first-person shooter game of all time. There's fucking hundreds of those. Or the best RPG of all time. That would be tough. This is not tough. This is simple. One of the reasons is the looting is extremely simplified. I don't have to inventory manage like I'm playing fucking Skyrim. That is yikes in a battle royale. Oh, man, I'm carrying too much. Fuck. And you're trying to, like, fucking move things around. Yikes. Warzone did away with that. Really cool. Loadout system's the biggest one for me, for sure. And no dumb fucking goofy operator abilities like Apex has. Most BRs don't have that, but like Apex does. No building dumb shit like Fortnite has. Now that's incredibly difficult, takes a lot of skill, but I don't like it. I want to shoot people. So mainly the loadouts and the simplified looting system, I think, are what separate.
It's pretty simple. It couldn't be more simplified for a BR. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So that's why. And PUBG is, I don't know. I mean, I'm not the right person to ask. I've played one BR, is Warzone. But Tanner's played like pretty much all of them. And, you know, he kind of agrees. So.
Yeah, I do.
Anyway, Boyd, good question. Real quick before I forget. Tanner and I played Cold War 2 days ago? Yesterday afternoon.
Yeah, yesterday.
On the broadcast. And it was fucking fun, dude. We're going to talk more about this probably in a Patreon episode coming up this month. But I just wanted to quickly say, standoff is excellent. The new Fireteam elimination mode is not good, primarily because there simply is not enough loot on the map, and there are never plates. No one has plates. So you actually have an advantage if you just spawned in, because at least you have plates and no one else does. And then, lastly, most importantly, 12v12 mosh pit is the most fun I've ever had playing Cold War, easily. And
12v12 mosh pit's fun, yep.
Yep, and every map we played was not like a clusterfuck. Not one of them was a clusterfuck. I was expecting some of these maps to be real fucking crowded and weird feeling. None of them felt that way, which shocked me. Which shocked me, especially when we got the map Diesel. So you guys remember we were talking about Diesel? Okay, 3 weeks ago, Diesel comes out, probably a month ago. Diesel comes out, it's a map. It is a gunfight / 6v6 map when it comes out. Now we're playing it in 12v12. Okay, the same size. It's not cordoned off or anything. The gunfight map is played on 12v12. Now you might be thinking, that's fucking insane. This must be like shipment 40v40. And you'd be wrong. Because, like Call of Duty, in the last 5 years loves to do, they make their maps simply too big. So Diesel with 24 people is fine. Even though it's a gunfight map, it's fine.
Well, gunfight's only on part of it, right? I haven't played gunfight
no,
on it, but I'm
gunfight's
gonna
the
assume
entire map. I played it.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Right? Isn't that insane?
Yeah.
Gunfight is the entire map.
I wouldn't. So the map itself isn't too big, but it's way too big for gunfight. I think it's about the perfect size for a sixes map, actually. Maybe you can kind of get away with a couple of the corners or something that are useless and people don't go to anyways, kind of cut it off. But yeah, it played surprisingly well in 12s because when it came up, we were all like, oh God, this is going to be a disaster. And it was pretty fun.
Yeah, it was really fun.
I mean, I was using an LMG with a 3x optic, so I was having a great time.
Yeah.
I got play the game. I know that much.
Yeah. Well,
I got an 8-person spray down, play the game.
Good old light machine guns. Every single map was a good size, a lot of action, but it didn't feel crowded. And it was super fun. I've never had more fun in Cold War ever. We played Raid. We played Crossroads Strike. We played Pines. We actually didn't get Standoff in 12s, I don't think.
Was Standoff put into 12s?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
We played
I don't think
Diesel.
we got that then.
And I know we played other maps. I can't think of them though. But it was
Yamantau. Did you say that?
Yamantau was really good. I went 63-3 because snipers are overpowered. I was using the Swiss K31 and I went 63-3 on Yamantau.
Yeah, we had some good games.
Yeah, we had excellent games.
We also had a 4 and 5 stack most of the time. So
that is of course true. Yeah. But snipers are still overpowered and they still need to be nerfed more. I should also say the sniper nerf where they added flinch, it's real. It's real. I probably missed 5 shots because of flinch, and I was happy to see that. So that's cool. But snipers are still entirely too good. I even have some clips where I blatantly miss a snipe, and the game tells me I got a kill, which is a change it. What was your favorite 12s map?
They were all really fun, to be honest. It's hard to pick one. I think Diesel was the most fun, though, just because I had a really good game on it, probably.
Interesting.
Yamantau was fun. I had good games on that, too. I think I had played the game both times on that map, too, because I was also still using an LMG.
Yeah, why use anything else? Yeah.
Why use anything else? Yeah. It was so much fun. Yeah, a lot of fun playing that. So much fun that I almost just want to play it for fun. Isn't that crazy to say?
Can you imagine playing Call of Duty for fun?
Well, Cold War for fun specifically, yeah.
Yeah. Well, anyways, Yamantau was my favorite too. Just a classic 3-lane map, just good, clean fun. Good, clean fun. And
the boys were just having fun.
The boys were, The wife was away, so the boys played. All right, anyways, just thought I'd mention that. Panda Kicker, change it. Do you prefer corded or wireless mouse? Why, Tanner?
I don't think it matters. I don't know why people get such hard-ons now for wireless mice. There's nothing wrong with a wired mouse. Like I have this, let's see if I can bring this. Shit. I have one of those like mouse bungee things from Glorious, so it holds the cable up. It feels like my mouse is wireless anyways.
Yeah.
I never run out of wire. The wire is super light. I actually don't even think there's wire in there. I think it's just cloth.
It's just for show, yeah.
So wired mice, I think, have come so far that it's like they're pretty good now. It used to be you wanted wireless mice because a wired mouse would have this hard cable attached to it that would always get in the way, it feels like, and like screw up your movement and whatnot. I don't know. I don't really care. And I do know, I mean, aren't wireless mice, don't they always have worse input lag just because they're
not
wireless?
Anymore.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, they're not better than wired though, are they?
They actually might be.
Really?
Yeah. It's really close though. It's so close that you wouldn't notice either way.
Got it. But I don't think it really matters too much. They're both honestly around the same price now. I was saying earlier, when Glorious comes out with a Model D wireless, I'll pick it up for sure. I don't have anything against it. I'm just also not one of those guys that buys a new mouse every 3 months. You know, yeah. I only bought this mouse because my last one broke, so that's why I have this. So, you know, I'm not trying new mice all the time, so I like it.
Yeah.
I like wired.
I've played corded and wireless. I'm on wireless right now. I do like wireless better, but it doesn't matter the vast majority of the time. Like I had the Model D, which is only wired, unfortunately, right now, for maybe 4 or 5 months, and there were probably 5 times where I was like pulling my cord, and like I ran out of cord. But in 5 months or 6 months, like that's not often at all. So, like Tanner was saying, the paracords now that are available have come so far. They're so light. They don't get tangled ever. They're never in your way. Like it doesn't really matter. But I prefer wireless. The downside of wireless really is just remembering to like make sure you charge it. But also with wireless mice, dude, the battery life on them now is actually like a month. I'm not kidding.
Is it really?
Yes,
wow.
It's fucking nuts, dude. Because they have like auto shut off features, idle. Like you can use it for some mice, obviously, like a long fucking time. So it doesn't really matter, but yeah, I prefer wireless. But anyway.
Yeah. I don't think it matters too much. Pick up whatever's in your price range that looks cool. Actually, there is one thing. Some wireless mice I know are just gonna have more input lag. I know there's I think Freethy Tweaks made a YouTube video about that. I think it was him testing a bunch of wireless mice and like their response time and stuff like that. So that's kind of interesting. Maybe do some research on that before you buy one. You know, just as long as you don't get some dog shit one that's going to give you noticeable input lag, then, you know, you're fine with whatever you pick. I think mice comes down to more what's comfortable for you, which also kind of sucks that most of them you can't get in stores. Like you can go to Best Buy and try like all the Steel Series ones, the Razer ones. Steel Series, I actually really like their mice. And I know a lot of the, I think even MP, if he's still here, he can answer this, but I think he still uses a Razer mouse too, actually.
A lot of these guys use like the Viper Mini, I think it's called. Yeah.
So I don't know. It's kind of like a keyboard, honestly. It's not a huge difference. Use whatever is comfortable for you, I think.
Yep. Agreed. Yeah, I read an article when I was going for wireless because it seems like it would have more input lag. But they were it basically was like the fucking RF signal is actually faster than like data transfer through the copper wire in your cable, which sort of makes sense. I don't know if it's true.
Yeah, when you think of it that way, it's like way newer technology, so yeah, it's possible.
Yeah, it's like you said, it's so fast that you won't notice either way. Like there's virtually no input lag in either case. So anyways, all right, Urban Bigfoot, favorite sniper rifle of all time in Call of Duty? Tanner.
Probably man, I guess the M40 in Call of Duty 4. I was gonna say Card 98 in COD 2, and actually honestly Modern Warfare's Card 98 is gonna go down as one of like the all-time favorite snipers in COD history. But yeah, I think M40A3. And actually, now honestly in like 3 years I'll probably say it's the Card 98 from MDUD 2019. The gun's so fucking fun to use.
Yeah, it's so overpowered.
Yeah, I feel like we always like ignore like the newer things when we think about like best of all time, but that gun's so fun to use.
Yeah, people do have that tendency for sure. Mine is Iron Sight Car 98 from COD World War II. It was the most overpowered bolt action weapon that's ever been in a video game. That's it. That's all.
Was it?
You could literally shoot people like kneecap or higher and it was a one-shot kill. And it ADS pretty quick. And iron sights, like I would play shipment 24/7 and just run around and just welcome children to Dink City. Just fucking rip them. You can't miss. Doesn't matter where you hit them, they'll die in one shot. It's really fucking dumb. And it's really fun to use. So that's my answer. But I really like the SPR too, though. I really like the SPR.
The SPR is fun to use as well. And the Swiss is turning out to be pretty damn fun too.
I was having a blast in multiplayer with the Swiss yesterday, actually.
Yeah.
It's a good little weapon.
I was using it today. Yeah. I like it.
Yeah. So, anyways, good question. Z Big Smoke, change your name. Do you think Ghost becomes more effective the less people use it? The fewer people use it, I think is what he means. Tanner.
Yeah, I read this question and I can't think of what my answer is. Because it's like, on one hand, so if you're running around and you have a UAV and everyone's ghosted, then you don't know where anyone's at anyway, so it doesn't matter, right? But if you're running around and you have a UAV popped and you see 30 people within your UAV, but if you're ghosted in one of those buildings, you're going to catch them off guard because they see all the other red dots and not you. And then you're going to get up on them, get an easy kill. So I feel like it actually does become more effective the less people use it, because then you're going to be one of the few on the map that they don't see and they're going to just overlook you.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that? Do you think that makes sense?
Yes, I think it does. Yeah. Ghost definitely becomes more effective the less people use it, I think. Just like, kind of reminds me of Cold-Blooded, the perk. Way back when Warzone came out and everyone was using thermal snipers. Then everyone started using Cold-Blooded. So then people like stopped using thermal snipers because they weren't doing anything anymore. It's like the more people used thermal snipers, the more effective Cold-Blooded was. And then the less people using thermal snipers, the less effective Cold-Blooded became. I feel like Ghost is kind of, I mean, this is sort of related, but the difference is no one's ever going to stop using Ghost. Ghost is always going to be the most popular perk in Warzone unless they nerf it, remove it, or add new perks that are even better somehow. And I don't even know what that would look like. But Ghost would become more effective the fewer people use it because actually, well, yes,
kind of a hard answer.
Because if you're ghosted and you call like a UAV, then you'll see more people because fewer of your enemies are going to have Ghost, and they won't be able to UAV you back because you have Ghost, and like they don't. You know, I just don't understand the upshot of this question. Like, what's the point? I don't get it. Because no one's going to stop using Ghost. Like, most people use Ghost. It's just too good. You know?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I hate this question. So thanks, Big Smoke. You ruined my night. Got it. Cool.
Jesus.
No, it's an interesting question. Buddy. It just doesn't matter because people are never going to stop using Ghost. So
that is a good point. Yeah, people aren't going to stop using Ghost. Yeah.
It's like, what's the point? I don't know. But anyways, interesting little thought experiment there, bud. Heathen Ventures. Oh boy. Maybe we're getting that sequel episode after all, Tanner. Notable differences between Intel and AMD. What do you guys use? Maybe your thoughts on RTX versus GTX. A suggested minimum requirement for a build in your eyes. DDR3/4, amount of memory storage space, only running SSD. I enjoyed the episodes with Jake switching to PC and the award-winning episode 21. A console is a computer. If I've overlooked these topics before, feel free to refer me to the archive and call me a pleb.
The people just want a version 2 of this episode, dude, I'm telling you.
An edition 2 of a console as a computer. Maybe they do, yeah. So we'll take these one by one. Notable differences between Intel and AMD, and what do you use?
AMD is still better at all multitasking applications. They're faster multi-core speeds, meaning if you're doing more things at once, it's going to be faster than Intel. Intel, I believe all their new ones still have faster single core speeds, except for maybe like the 5900X and the 5950X from AMD. I'm not sure. Those are pretty fast single speed. But so generally, Intel is still better for gaming. But yeah, the latest Ryzen series, the 5000 series, are very good. So it almost doesn't matter anymore. Now, what matters right now for all of these questions is you buy whatever is in stock and available for you. Actually. And usually that's Intel CPUs right now. AMD CPUs are still hard to get. Try to go find a 5950X right now. You can't. So you kind of just have to, buy what you can get. Like you can get a 10850K, which is a 10900K CPU with like a motherboard right now for probably like $450. That's a great deal. You'll get crazy frames in Warzone. But yeah, I'm using AMD right now. I have a 5950X.
Yeah. I'm using Intel 9900K. That was the best CPU for MDub when I bought it, which is why I bought it. Now I would say if you're getting a brand new computer, for the vast majority of people, AMD is going to be better, because even though like an Intel CPU, it might have like 5 to 10 more frames on average in like a game than AMD. That's pretty much it though. There's no other practical application. I don't mean computer application. I mean use case where Intel is going to have any noticeable advantage over AMD. Whereas I feel like the other way around, you'll actually notice AMD a lot more. Because you can have fucking Spotify, iTunes, DoorDash, Pornhub, Call of Duty, and like looking at the store and Cold War up all at the same time. AMD is going to be a little better at doing that than Intel. But like Tanner said,
when you start using more applications.
Yeah, exactly. But like Tanner said, doesn't really matter. They're both like quite good. I also think AMD runs cooler, which is actually something to consider. Like the 9900K is a notoriously hot chip.
Yeah,
and
it is.
In theory, that means the lifespan is just not as good because you're making it hot as fuck all the time. So it's going to go bad like sooner,
Yeah.
So that's that.
Yeah, there's a million things we could say about this, but I probably if you're also like on a single PC setup and trying to stream or do anything like that, even like minor content creation, and you can get an AMD CPU, 5000 series, they're better at all that stuff too. You'll encode videos faster. Just everything will be done quicker, which, over time, when you think of like how much time you save in a year or something, that may be worth it to you. It doesn't make a big difference. Like you see these scores and it shows like AMD's way higher, but in real life, it's like that those charts could be a difference of like 3 or 4 seconds from rendering a video that was like 10 minutes long, or something. So there's also stuff like that. The charts are hard to believe half the time.
Yeah.
I would just watch a bunch of YouTube videos on everything.
That's the way to go. You can look up on YouTube, go to like Jay's 2 cents, search on his channel, AMD versus Intel. He'll give you a way better rundown than we just did. Thoughts on RTX versus GTX? Simple. RTX is significantly better. Just miles better. Good luck finding one, but they're miles better than GTX. GTX cards are dog shit compared to RTX cards. The 30 series cards are... Oh, RTX I guess is 20 series too. Okay,
RTX is 20 also.
I take that back.
Which is still good.
RTX is definitely better than the GTX cards just because they're newer.
Yeah, exactly.
But the 30 series outperforms the 20 series by orders of magnitude more than the 20 series outperforms the 10 series.
Yeah.
So if you can, 3070, 3080, 3080 you're not going to get. 3070 or a 3090 if you're an oil prince. Really good cards. So, yeah.
Yeah.
But obviously the newer cards are way better. I don't know.
Yeah, but again, right now, if you can't find anything, the 10 series cards are still really good. If you can get like a 1080 Ti or something used, those are still really good cards, actually.
Yeah. 1080 Ti I think has like 12 gigs VRAM. It's quite good. So.
Yeah, I'm not sure what it has. I just know it was a pretty fast card.
Might be 10, but yeah, it's a good card. DDR3/4. I have no idea. I'll send that to Tanner. Amount of memory/storage space. About a terabyte. Probably good. And then if you want more, just get some externals. Like that's what I do. I have 2 terabytes plus 1 terabyte, I think, in this PC. And then I have like another terabyte in my streaming PC. But a lot of that is in externals that I was like, yeah, I could use some more space. So you just plug in.
You use externals, really?
I use 2? You
just always have it plugged in?
Sure do.
Wow, interesting.
They're different than maybe they're not. I don't know. But yeah, I do. But I don't put like my operating system on them. I put yeah, whatever. But I would go with like a terabyte. 2 terabytes to be like safe. And then if you ever wanted extra space, get an external that you can put like videos on or something. I don't know. If you're not going to be using that much space, 1 terabyte's probably fine. And then I only run SSD, of course. It's more reliable and it's faster. And they're not that much more expensive than like actual disk drives now, I don't think.
SSDs are dirt cheap now. I mean, they're still a little more expensive than hard drives, but hard drives, I don't know. Unless I'm missing some useful application they have, they'll probably be almost completely obsolete in like 5 years. I mean, already when you buy like pre-built systems, if you're buying a good system, it usually won't have a hard drive in it. Now, cheaper ones will. They'll do like a small solid state, and then they'll do like a 500 gig or 1 terabyte hard drive just so you have some space. But yeah, they're so slow compared to SSDs, like big difference.
Yeah.
But yeah, so for sure, I mean, DDR3 is very old technology now. Actually, DDR5 is going to start rolling out, I think, next year.
4 versus 5 is the question.
Well, 5 isn't out yet. 5 is coming out next year. But yeah, so I would say if you're trying to game, 16 gigs of DDR4 is ideal. If you have the money and just want to be sure and you're streaming and shit, 32 gigs isn't a bad idea, but 16 gigs is enough. And then yeah, I have like 3 SSDs in this build, I think, and then an old hard drive that I need to get rid of. Actually, I need to swap everything over to my other solid state since I have space. But yeah, I have like a 1 terabyte hard drive, and then I think 3 500 gigabyte. No, 1 500 gigabyte SSD is in like a 256 or 256. I don't know. Because it's like I would buy one when they were first coming out. So I paid $300 for a 250 gig SSD. And now that same part is $60. So as I ran out of space, I just got another one, added it in.
Yeah. So, and these are all SATA drives then?
Yeah, one that I have now is an NVMe drive.
Got it.
Which we don't need to go into all that. Yeah. But that's just a newer version of SSD. It plugs into the motherboard.
It's easier to install. When I got my 2 terabyte SSD, I could have either gotten a SATA or NVMe M.2. Dude, I didn't have to do anything. I literally opened the door to my case, I popped it in, and I was done. Yep. With the SATA drive, I would have had to fucking take out my PSU. Yeah, all this dog shit. So yeah, those are really nice. But that's only going to be relevant once, like, if you're trying to add on to it later. So anyway, yeah, hopefully that answers your question. Like we said, though, there are people who know way more about this shit in our Discord and on YouTube. But go to tech support and Discord if you have questions beyond that. And I'm glad you liked that episode. All right, next one. Go Blue Mason asks, I've always been an AR, LMG, and SMG, AR/LMG plus SMG guy, but after watching Iron, it's _Iron on Twitch, twitch.tv/it's_Iron, I'm trying to get into sniping. Same, by the way. I'm using the Meta Tundra, but I'm struggling. Boy, how old's this question? By the way, the Tundra was never once meta. So you're in a blender, bud. There was no time where the Tundra was meta in Warzone. Do you have any advice for noobs trying to get better at sniping in Warzone? I feel like I can't find a great secondary, and I don't get much value out of my sniper rifle. Tanner.
I would. Your best bet, honestly, at getting good at sniping inside of Warzone is probably playing Modern Warfare multiplayer. Go play like Ground War for a few hours. Just use snipers only. You'll get used to it. If you want to play inside of Warzone, if you don't own MW or something, Plunder is a great way to work on your guns. You can also easily edit your loadouts. So after you die or something, and if you don't like your gun, you can change your loadout, change the attachment, see how you like that feel better. Rebirth is good too, but Plunder's probably the best because you just respawn so quickly. And you don't fill with any teammates. You respawn fast. Just get into gunfights on purpose. Don't worry about a KD because it's Plunder. And yeah, just like see what gun works for you. You know, maybe you're not a Car 98 guy because it's too, you're like the handling speed doesn't matter to you. You want like long range engagements or something. Then, try like the ZRG, SPR, something like that. See how you like it. I was leveling up my Swiss in Plunder today. I leveled it like 8 times, I think. It's a really good gauge and a really good way to warm up. I had some nasty clips, dude.
Did you save them?
Of course not. I wasn't expecting to do much in Plunder, but then I was just shitting on kids. This one guy I killed 4 times in a row, and every time he's like, hacker, 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 and he called me like a pinche something in Spanish. I don't remember what it was.
Pinche
gringo,
funny, though. Probably
something. I don't know. But yeah, Plunder is, I think, a really good way to practice your shot in general, and then you can mess around with your attachments.
Yeah. I had the same problem, Mason. Like, I wanted to get into sniping and get good at sniping because I had also always been like AR with sub guy. And I'm still pretty fucking new to KBAM for FPS.
Yeah, you're dog shit. Yeah.
And I'm awful. That's of course true. Stop the cap. 92nd percentile. So, yeah, when I went to sniping, I was getting the same thing. And this sentence stuck out to me. I don't get much value out of my sniper rifle. Yeah, same. I experienced the same thing. I was like, yeah, I'm sniping, but I'm just like missing all my shots. And then if I'm getting the kill, it's always with the SMG or the AR that I have. Like, I'm not getting sniper kills ever. And so I'd be like, dude, I'm basically just running around with one gun. Like, that's how useless this sniper feels to me. I went through that for a long time. Like Tanner said, actually, you just have to play. Like, you just have to. Here's my piece of advice. Pick a sniper. Do not change it. Because if you use a car and then an SPR, you're going to be lost.
Well, the car was nerfed, yeah.
The car was nerfed, of course, yeah. Because hitting headshots with like different snipers in Warzone especially, it's very different depending on what gun you're using. So I would say pick a fucking sniper and do not stop using it until you're extremely comfortable with it. And then another thing I would say is don't be afraid to miss 40 shots. Like, if you see some dude that's really far away and you're like, oh, I'm never going to hit that. Cool. Try anyway. Like, that's the only way you're going to like learn where you should be aiming with a car at this distance. Shoot him 40 times. And then you'll like, oh shit, I got a hit marker. But okay, I guess I have to compensate this much, whatever. And if you do that for a bunch of games, you'll eventually get a pretty good feel for it. And then you can be on the council. You can be in the cabinet for Dink City, of which I'm the mayor. You can be on my cabinet.
Okay. Yeah.
You can be on. I can give you the secretary of the treasury for the town of Dink City, of which I'm the mayor. But yeah, you just got to play it a lot and pick one sniper. Don't ever change it until you're getting fucking 10 snipes a game. Then you can fuck around. But yeah, I sympathize with you though. But you got to just keep doing it. Also, not only should you not be changing snipers, you should not be not sniping. So don't get mad and then go back to your fucking RAM Mac 10 setup. Don't do it. Make yourself snipe every game, shoot with it a lot, and you'll get used to it. By the way, as far as secondaries for snipers go, that always changes depending on the meta. Right now, I think Cold War AK is like a really good choice, and because it chunks up close, and it's got very low recoil and very good damage range too. So I would try that, and it's still competent up close. If you go to TikTok at the Dropshot Pod, in fact, you can see just how competent it is. Because my entire team was dead. Tanner was dead. He was dead, spectating me because he was dead. And there were 3 enemy combatants versus me by my lonesome because my teammates are shit and they were dead. So Lag Show, who's not good, was dead on my team. Jacob Down, who's also clearly not good, was dead on my team. And so was Tanner. Okay, so they're all dead. And then there's 3 enemies and me with my SPR and my Cold War AK. And what do? I secure the dub. TikTok at the Dropshot Pod. Got a snipe with the SPR, threw a little stun, threw a little thermite, cleaned the other 2.
Dropshot Podcast.
At the Dropshot Podcast. Okay, yeah, sorry. And then, yeah, killed the other 2 with the Cold War AK, which feels quite good. So that would be my recommendation for a secondary. So, all right. Next question we're skipping. So the one after that.
You don't want to answer that one?
Okay.
No, we don't. No, I don't want to answer it either. Let's just read it. Urban Bigfoot. A lot of dog shit questions from Urban, by the way. If you were to propose to each other, how would you do it? Next question. Thanks, cool. Urban.
Thanks for playing. Yeah. Pritch, gasoline drinker. Change it. Thoughts on pissing in the shower? Yes or no? I hope to Christ we have the same answer.
Oh, boy. Now you're scaring me the way you say it like that. Of course I piss in the shower.
Okay, thank you.
What kind of question is this?
Yeah.
Are you serious? Of course we piss in the shower. Is that not something you do in Australia? I don't even go pee in the morning. I get in the shower and I piss.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what do you want me to do?
If you don't piss in the shower, there's actually something wrong with you. There's a drain right there.
You don't even... You aim it down the drain if you're so worried about getting piss everywhere.
I piss into
aim
my
it
mouth.
Down the drain. Oh,
is that not what you're supposed to do? Just up like those little fountains where the baby's pissing, except it's
okay.
Up. Anyways, yeah, of course you piss in the shower. What do you mean?
I even piss when I take a bubble bath.
Okay, well, that's not exactly okay. Anyways, let's move on. Okay, Urban with another dog shit question. Would you rather bathe in mayo or margarine?
This is easy for me. It's margarine.
Yeah.
Because that much mayo would, I think, make me vomit. Because mayo by itself tastes disgusting. You don't want to taste mayo. You use mayo on a sandwich so the bread's not so dry.
Yes.
You don't use it for the flavor. Nobody's out here saying, I love mayonnaise. No, nobody says that. You just use it so the bread's not dry.
Mm-hmm.
So margarine I would rather have that everywhere. Easily. And yeah, exactly. Mayo would smell awful. Just awful.
Yeah, the answer is margarine for exactly those reasons.
So
margarine is not
Urban with another
like mayo.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Urban 0 for 2 so far. Dog shit questions.
0 for 2 indeed. All right, next question. I need more gunny asks. Oh fuck, I forgot to start recording. Oh well, I'll have to rip it. Do you guys think that there's competition between the 3 primary dev groups? That's why I always set my stopwatch, by the way, Tanner. Remember when you asked me? Dude, how many times have you ever
That's so sad you need a
stopwatch
to remember to do that.
My life is a sad one. I live a sad, pathetic life, right?
Really,
so I do. It is sad, and I still need the fucking stopwatch.
So sorry, the podcast is going to be dog shit quality. You can blame Raz.
It'll be fine.
It won't. We may as well just end it here. See ya.
Yeah, see ya. All right. That's a joke. Do you guys think that there's competition between the 3 primary dev groups that prevents them from working together to make the best game? Could Activision intervene in a way? Okay, so this is kind of outdated because now we know that they are acting, or Activision's now making them work together.
Yeah.
So I think we just forgot to excise this one. It's a good question, but no, I don't think there's competition really.
I think there used to be a lot of competition. Like iDub, Treyarch, I'm sure they didn't like each other. Now, though, yeah, they're all forced to work with each other anyways, so it doesn't really matter.
The longer that these dev studios are under the thumbs of giant publishers, like Treyarch and Infinity Ward, it would almost be wrong to even say they're their own company. They really are like Activision, like they're basically under like the Activision Corp umbrella. Not officially probably, but in practice, that's probably true. So I think what Tanner said is right. Like back in the day, yeah, there was probably a lot more competition, but now it's like, dude, iDub is just the development division of Activision, basically.
Yeah.
So, and so is Treyarch, and so is most of those studios. So no, I don't think there's competition. This is a good question. Bango. McBango Soviet Stan. Don't know why you said that, but change it. Worst bug, glitch, exploit to plague Verdansk. That's a toughie. This is a little toughie. This
excludes like overpowered guns then, right? Because
yes.
Those aren't really bugs, glitches, or exploits.
Correct.
Okay. Boy. Looking back, trying to think of all the dog shit ones. Probably the obvious one for me is the demi-gon, polygon weapon models, because the game was virtually unplayable for a number of days.
Yeah.
Like you couldn't even, there wasn't even a point in playing, and most people just didn't. And it took them entirely too long to fix that, and then they fixed it, and then it was back a day later. So that's absolute dog shit. And then another easy one is how the stim glitch has been in the game. What, 7 times, 8 times?
Some dumb shit like that. Yeah.
Yeah. There's so many to count, but the demi weapon model thing where you couldn't even see anything on your screen, that was probably technically the most game breaking, because there was no point in even loading up the video game to play it.
Yeah.
At least with like stim glitchers, you just hope you got in a lobby without them.
Yes, exactly. I think I agree with you. Because yeah, exactly. Like if there's stim glitchers through the many rashes of stim glitching we've had, there were plenty of lobbies where we would win because no one was stim glitching, even though stim glitching is possible.
Mm-hmm.
But when you had the demon polygon transmog fucking disaster, you literally just couldn't play the game. Like, it was like, okay, well, I can't see anything. Like, there's no chance. So I'm just getting off.
Yeah.
Now, the worst exploit, of course, is the disgusting amount of bots that are in Warzone right now. Yeah, this was fun, by the way, guys.
Here, boaters.
Story time. I wake up yesterday for our gameplay stream. Okay, some of you on the podcast may not have heard this story. Most of you probably haven't. I wake up. It's we're gonna stream gameplay on Friday afternoon, as we always do now. And I told Tanner, I was like, dude, let's just play Cold War. The cheaters in Warzone are just outrageous. It's obscene. And Tanner's like, dude, Jake wants to play Warzone with us. He said he's gonna be on. Let's just play Warzone until we see a cheater, and then we can go to Cold War. And I was like, all right, cool.
That's not how it happened.
Okay. What?
He said, oh, I think we should just play Cold War. Let's just stream Cold War. And I said, cool. You're streaming. Kill your stream by playing Cold War. I don't care. Doesn't matter to me. You're the streamer. It's an awful idea. It's a terrible idea. And I said, we haven't played the new Warzone update even, so we should at least try it, right? So then you're like, yeah, that's a good idea. We'll play Warzone first. And then we all got into voice together, and he said, by the way, the first cheater we run into, I'm leaving the lobby and we're done playing it and we're going to Cold War. And we all agreed with him. We said, okay, sounds good.
Okay. So you guys might be able to guess what happens next. Guess what happens next.
What happened, bud?
Match number 1. We're playing. We're having a great time.
Great time.
We get into that fucking vault. So we have 1 million United States dollars between us. We all have specialist bonus. So we've popped 8 fucking Blackbirds. We all have self-res. We have every perk in the game. We have our loadouts. We all have self-res. We all have streaks. We have never been more chillin' in our lives. Game 1. Awesome.
Super chillin'.
Awesome start. Great start. Super fun and exciting. Getting kills. Getting closer and closer. And then, all of a sudden, it's us and one other team. That's it. And guess what happens next? This guy's using an iron sight FAL, boating his ass off, rips all 4 of us. We lose second place to an entire 4-stack of cheaters, cheating fucking rats. And then I said, see ya. And then we went to Cold War. We got exactly 1 game in until we saw a cheater. It was our first and only lobby of yesterday, which was fun and exciting. And Tanner said, oh, if you want to kill your stream, go to Cold War. I agree with him, but I was pleasantly surprised. Many of you enjoyed watching Cold War yesterday. A lot of you were around. And it was way more fun than dying to fucking cheating rat pieces of shit in Verdansk.
Yeah.
So, cool game. That's the worst exploit.
And Cold War ended up being really fun.
Cold War did end up being really fun because of 12v12. That was really good. So, anyway, yeah, the Polygon dog shit. Next
there was
question.
not only one on the team cheating. That's the dumbest thing I've ever seen, L. There were at least 2 cheating. I'm pretty sure all 3 of them were. They were all below rank 55 and all had double-digit kills. You don't get double-digit kills when you're rank 38 with an iron sight FAL.
Yeah.
Oh,
By the way, no one uses iron sight FALs in Warzone unless they're cheating.
Yeah.
It just doesn't happen. It simply doesn't happen. If I see a loadout gun with no optic on it and it's not an SMG, that person is cheating. I report them immediately.
Yeah.
You see an iron sight car in Verdansk?
Oh, yeah, that's a cheater gun
run,
too.
Chief. You better run, little buddy. That guy is boating his ass off. He's about to fucking dunk on you. So.
No, it was a good one was when people were botting during the DMR meta, when the DMR was already basically a one-shot.
Yep.
It's like your whole team would be downed within a second of each other.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, good question. Tyler, with too many R's, asks, change it. Have you ever tried FPS shooters like Valorant and CS GO? I certainly will when I get my PC.
I haven't played Valorant. I played CSGO, probably a couple 100 hours worth. Yeah, I enjoyed CSGO. It's a game also I like to play with people. I guess I just like playing with people, dude. I don't like playing video games alone. Sue me, right? But so I didn't really have too many people that I knew that played it, so I kind of just stopped. But CSGO is a good game. A lot of skill involved. They have a great matchmaking ranked system. I don't know if it's great compared to like new games like Valorant and shit. I think Valorant has ranked and all that. But yeah, it was fun. It is the community is awful. If you miss one shot and you lose the round for your team, they drop a bunch of gamer words. They tell you you're fucking garbage. They tell you to uninstall. They say, how are you this rank? You're shit at the video game.
So
it's
funny.
A disaster. The community is awful,
I
awful,
want to play
awful.
it now.
Yeah. But yeah, I played plenty of first-person shooters on PC. I have for 14 years just about. So yeah, I've played most of them, Tyler.
Yeah.
And the worst one of all is Cold War.
Well, stop the cap.
Stop the cap.
I'm pressed. I have not played Valorant or CSGO. I think I played CSGO like once or twice. Not for me. Yeah, it's not for me. And Valorant, on its face, I object to it. If you want to have a first-person shooter...
Valorant looks fun.
Cap. If you want to have a first-person shooter games, don't put fucking RPG abilities in it, or I won't play. It's that simple. That ruined Overwatch. It ruined fucking Black Ops 4, which was an otherwise quite good game. Because you put RPG abilities in a first-person shooter, and then you die to them, and it's dumb. Like, Tempest Seeker Mine is fucking dumb. What do you do?
That's a major part of Valorant, though. That's part of Valorant. It's different when it's in BO4 because that's not something Call of Duty. Valorant is based around that, so I'm sure it's fine. You're the only person that's ever complained about the abilities in Valorant because you don't like the game. Obviously, people do, you absolute dumb shit.
No, people like the game, but those people need to grow up. They need to pick a genre. Go play WoW or go play CSGO.
Boopsie, just refund your Patreon membership, I guess. I don't know what to tell you. Raz just hates you.
Well, we answered Boopsie's question, so he needs to be a patron for another 6 months before we answer the next one. Get scammed, Boop.
Yeah.
Get scammed, little Boopy boy. Yeah, but no, fuck Valorant. CSGO I do respect, though. It's just not for me. It's not my style of game. I'm not good enough at it.
Too much skill involved, yeah. Nobody in this community is good enough to play those games.
Yep. It's also just super old now. And
they're fun though.
It does look like it would be fun, but like you said too, that's a game I would never dream of playing without like a squad. Like no chance. Like relying on this fucking 16-year-old Norwegian kid to like make callouts or like hold a sight line. Pass.
I think it's Russians. I think there's a lot of Russians in CSGO. That's what people always say.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But sure, we'll go with the Norwegians. You're just saying Norwegians because who was it last night in the hangout? That was from Norway.
Oh, dude, handsome, kind of scary looking dude. I liked him a lot.
What do you mean scary looking? Oh, because he would kick your ass, yeah.
Oh, because he beat the fuck out of all of us. Shaw.
Oh wait, he subbed me offline the other day. By the way, yeah, I guess I should thank him. Shaw Dank 92. Thanks for the offline tier 1.
Yeah.
That's who it was.
Yeah, I was gonna mention this, by the way. He was Shawdank, white dude, built, bald, wearing a plain white t-shirt.
Oh yeah, he's been in prison.
Hey, if you're wearing a plain white t-shirt, you will murder people. That's it. It's that simple. If you're an adult male who wears plain white t-shirts, you have killed before and will kill again. Those are scary people. So, Shawdank was a lovely guy though, but he looked like a tough cookie. He looked like he'll fuck you up. So, anyway.
Cool.
Anyway, shout out to Shaw.
Good.
Sorry you couldn't be there longer, bud. But yeah, let's move on. Okay. Doty, waiting for Battlefield, which is appropriate. Don't change it. Do you guys have any nicknames for certain buildings / landmarks in Verdansk?
No, I don't know what anything's called, frankly. When people say, oh, there's somebody in double stack or that stack or shit stack, I just simply don't know. I just look at that person. I try to figure out where they're running and where they're aiming. I don't know. They're buildings. And then people are like, oh, there's one in green. The building's the lightest shade of green I've ever seen in my fucking life. Like, just mark the building and say they're on mark. Say they're on orange mark. They're on fucking purple mark. Just do that.
I agree.
I don't want to you know, it's like the only ones for sure are like, you know, IHOP, things like that. But bro, the other buildings, I don't care. Don't speak and just mark it. I don't know what to tell you. Stop having names for every fucking building on the map. I don't care.
I agree with that, but we do have nicknames, and Tanner knows them. He just might have forgotten. So some of the common ones, obviously, police, fire, bank.
Well, those are obvious.
Yeah, those are obvious. One nickname, and we use a lot of nicknames that we picked up from like Iron and OP Mark II. So we'll call out favorite, and then like other favorite. It's like a downtown building, and then the one that is southeast of military base. And then titties, which is super common. And then the only nickname that we have that no one else uses that I've found is Trump. So the tallest building in Verdansk in downtown, we call that Trump Tower. So we just call it Trump. Everyone else calls it like SK, I think. But we call it Trump.
Is that what SK is? See, I've heard people say the term SK 250 times since I started playing Warzone. Don't know what it is.
Yeah, it's Trump.
Call it Trump Tower. I thought everyone called it Trump Tower. Are we the only people that do?
Yeah, I think so.
No.
I feel
like everyone calls it that.
Itchy called it Trump Tower as a joke.
Well, of course he would.
And of course Itchy would, exactly.
I don't think we've ever played Warzone with Itchy. Itchy hasn't played Call of Duty since BO4.
We have.
Got it.
Or maybe it was Ground War? Yeah, have we played Warzone with Itch?
Maybe at the very beginning.
I don't know. But we call it Trump. So anyway, yeah, we have a couple nicknames. Nicknames are good because they make callouts easy, obviously. All right, Steel Switch with the next question. Raz, now that you're living and breathing Call of Duty, do you fear you'll get burned out on the game in the near future? Do you play any of the games or do anything else on your personal time to give yourself a break, allowing yourself to come back to the game with a clear head and a new mindset? I don't really fear that I'm going to burn out on Call of Duty, honestly, because for all of the giant flaws that this dog shit game has, it is updated a lot and shit changes all the time. And I don't really burn out on Call of Duty. I haven't yet. Because every time I get like bored of it. I don't get burned out on it though. I'm like, man, I can't wait till this new gun comes out because everything's kind of boring. But even that's not happening that much anymore because they're updating a lot now. Mainly Warzone. It's just always fucking changing. There's always something new. So no, I'm not afraid I'm going to get burned out on Call of Duty. Not in the near future. But when there are a bunch of cheaters like there are now, I just don't play. I'll play multiplayer on like Cold War. Or yeah, I do play other games. Some RPGs.
Yeah, what you play today, bud?
So
How long did you play it for?
Well, we'll get into it. My latest, or not my latest, but one of my recent excursions has been into the world of Crusader Kings 3 by Paradox Interactive, which is an exceptional game with a very steep learning curve. But once you get past that learning curve, and I have a giant brain, so of course I did, then it's really fucking fun and rewarding. I love CK3, number one. And then most recently, then after that, or before that actually, Tanner was like, oh, you should play Red Dead Redemption 2. And I tried it, got bored.
You're so fucking dumb.
Because it's not a good game. It's bad. It's a bad game and teachers should be paid less. However, I was like, you know what? Maybe I should play a good RPG. I should try that instead of something like Red Dead Redemption 2. So then I heard rumors. Actually, not rumors. Confirmed. Dragon Age 4 is coming out next year. And they released like a little cinematic trailer. And I was like, fuck, Dragon Age. Dragon Age is such a good game. So what did I do? Replayed all of Dragon Age Origins. As of course, mage. An elven mage. Circle Tower. Elven mage. Blood Mage. Keeper from the Awakenings DLC. And fucking Shapeshifter, shout out to Morrigan, friend of the mage, the elven mage, me, Razanon. And then now I'm on Dragon Age 2, which is an awful game by comparison, by the way. Dragon Age 2.
So stop playing it.
Well, it's not that
So
bad.
you're playing Dragon Age 2, but you won't play Red Dead Redemption 2.
Well, it's boring. Dragon Age 2 isn't boring. That's what's
Let's
interesting.
see when Dragon Age 2 was released. 2011. Got it.
2011, yeah.
Let's see when the regular Dragon Age was released.
09.
09. Years.
Oh, yeah, bud.
Okay.
And then after Dragon Age 2, what am I going to do? I'm going to play Dragon Age Inquisition. And it's going to be fun and exciting. So.
Imagine playing single player games. Is that what you always say, dipshit?
True. It is what I used to say. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It had been a long time since I played a single player game up until recently because now I have time to. So it's been nice.
It makes sense because you're kind of just dumb, so you don't know what like a good single player game is.
Yeah. So Red Dead is your favorite RPG?
Well, Red Dead is the best video game storyline. Has the best video game storyline ever in a video game. It's pretty simple, so.
That's interesting. I did play the first one, actually, Red Dead Revolver, when I was like 8, and I liked that.
That was not the first one. Red Dead Revolver was after, I believe. I don't think I ever played Red Dead Revolver.
It was not after Red Dead Redemption 2.
No, after Red Dead Redemption 1 is what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
Because you said the first one. It wasn't the first one.
Red Dead Revolver.
I don't think. Maybe. I don't think so. I think there's 3 games. But Red Dead Revolver came in the middle. I don't know.
It doesn't
matter. Red Dead Redemption 2 is just the best.
Yeah. All right.
I'm going to plug my Xbox back in. Does anyone want to buy an Xbox, actually? I should sell it.
You should sell it.
I don't know what it's just sitting. It's just sitting over there. It's been sitting in the closet for like 6 months.
We could put it in the business account. The funds.
No.
And then I'll use that
to go in my funds.
I'll use it to pay you.
Well, you don't pay me anything. I haven't seen $1 in 3 months now.
Oh, I think I got paid by YouTube, by the way, for the
really.
First
What
time.
do we get? $4?
No, it's like 100 something.
Wow, sweet.
It's every 100 is when they'll pay you. So I think we just finally met the threshold. So hey, thanks for watching on YouTube. Keep watching the ads.
Let's take that money and invest it in something.
Okay.
In Dogecoin.
Dogecoin, yeah. Are you taking your money out of Doge?
No, because it's worth nothing right now. All cryptos have
Did you ever
dropped
sell any
in the last
of it?
few days. Yeah, I sold a bunch of it. I doubled my money already. I made money
good.
back.
That's good. Yeah.
I'll be fine. I'm gonna hold this for a while.
Good old Dogecoin.
I'm just
you're gonna buy a
call me a
Tesla with your
financial
Dogecoin?
advisor, dude. Yeah, call me mullet-proof bunk. I just know everything there is about the market. It's so easy. You just buy crypto and you sell it. It couldn't be easier. What do people need financial advisors for? I mean, it's so easy.
I've always wondered that too. Is because like, you know, there's all these like schools and degrees and like investment firms on Earth. I've always found this weird because it's super simple. You buy something for a low price and then sell it for a high price, and then you make money. Yeah. It's a pretty simple concept.
It's so simple. That's why we're both rich.
Well, yeah. So if you guys are listening, here's an investment tip for you. Buy stock for a low price and then sell it later for a higher price.
Yeah, it's really just that easy.
And then upgrade your Patreon tier. It's that simple. Buy low, sell high.
Yeah.
So you heard it here first.
Yeah.
It's so simple. The vibes. So, all right, next one. This is actually an interesting question. Steel Switch asks, if you were to snoop around Activision's database for COD information and had the opportunity to look at just one of these system folders, we're playing another RPG. It's a text-based RPG. Which one would you choose? COD 2022 and 23 planned developer schedule. And parenthetically, a folder that tells you who will be the developers for the upcoming titles. We got that, Steel. Thank you. 2, scrapped initial Warzone maps. 3, Warzone support end date. And we got some community feedback on this one as well.
Interesting.
What are your thoughts, Tanner? Which of the folders would you open?
Steel, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to bring a USB drive with me, and it's going to have a Trojan horse virus on it. And I'm going to put that on the computer, and I'm going to walk away. Because I don't care about opening any of the files. I'm just going to burn down their headquarters with a Trojan virus. It's that simple.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't care who the developers are, really. Scrapped initial Warzone maps couldn't matter less because it was scrapped, so it doesn't matter. Warzone support end date, I guess, would be the best one. Yeah, so you kind of know, they're not going to be doing anything with this game in a month. Cool, I'll just stop playing it now, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I would just burn the office down.
Yeah, So, yeah, we're taking option 4, which I really like the idea of a Trojan horse. You know what I would do? You would bring a Trojan horse, and I love and support that plan. Here's what I would do. I would bring in Punk Buster, and I would install it in the computer so that maybe we'd have an anti-cheat.
Got it.
That's what I would do. That's what I would do.
Any Punk Busters? Yeah, that's good. I like that.
Yeah. My real answer, so yeah, plan developer schedule, I don't fucking care. It doesn't matter. Scrapped initial Warzone maps matters even less because they're scrapped. So what would I do with that information? Oh, we were going to play on Ural Mountains, but we're not.
Oh, that would have been so fun. Cool, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's scrapped.
So don't care. And then number 3, Warzone support end date. That's the only one I would care about, so I would pick that. Yeah. Because then we would know when Warzone 2 is coming out.
Yeah.
Or actually, we probably... Oh, no, I think we would.
We'll pretend we would. Yeah, I like that. Good idea.
So that's what I would go with. So.
Good idea, little buddy.
So yeah, it was a good question at first, but now it's just a decent question because 2 of those options no one should pick. So good talk though, for sure. All right, go Blue Mason. For Warzone purposes, would you rather have Iron's game sense, its_iron, twitch.tv/its_iron, TGD's aim, the gaming definition's aim, or Nick Merckx's bod? Not a Nick Merckx simp, by the way. Just throwing it out there. Well, that's cap. That's cap. By the way, Mason, you are obviously a Nick Merckx simp, but
cool. You just got us banned twice.
Oh, got it. No, it doesn't matter. What would you pick? Iron's game sense, TGD's aim, Nick Merckx's
obviously
body.
TGD's aim. So I don't care about having game sense if I'm not just snapping on kids and gunning them down. So TGD's aim for sure. That would be the most fun play style to have in Warzone, without a doubt.
Yeah, I have to agree. I feel like it's easier to get more game. Maybe it's not. I don't know which one's easier to develop. Better game sense or better aim? They're both pretty hard, I think, maybe. But I feel like game sense is still easier to like learn and develop than just aiming ability is. And
it's not.
Cool. There's enough.
Just go to the final circle and win.
Okay.
Simple. It's almost as easy as our financial advice, actually.
Just buy low, sell high, and then just go to the final circle and don't die, and you'll win Warzone matches.
It tells you where the circle is the whole game. How is it even possible to lose?
Yeah.
You just go to the middle of it and you sit there all game and you automatically win.
Yeah.
Why do people not understand that?
It's super simple. Yeah. 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 I would go with also TGD's aim, of course. How fun would it be to play like that? How fun would it be to be that good? I would never do anything if I was that good.
Oh my God.
I'd actually be scared. I would never do anything. I would.
Well, you don't anyways.
If I was young James, I would shoot out of bed in the morning like a 7-year-old on Christmas Day, fucking sprint to my computer and play for 16 hours, and I would be having so much fun being that good. Of course I would pick TGD's aim, yeah. That'd be fucking insane. He's so good, dude. He recently reposted one of his like craziest kill feeds on Twitter, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Dude.
I'm missing his kill feeds on Twitter.
I know. It is fucking nuts, dude.
Dude.
Let's take a little look.
Let's
check it out. What are your thoughts on that?
Let's just see if he wants to move to the United States and we can get a streaming house with him.
I would love that, dude.
Because he simply doesn't have good internet.
Yeah, I know. It's I feel really bad, especially for him, man.
James, I have 1,000 up, 1,000 down. Just you can come live outside. You can use my internet. I don't mind.
Live outside. We'll
build him a shack or something.
He'll supply a tent for you. Tanner's
We'll figure it out.
Take a look at this clip, chat. So this is ground war on airport or whatever. Just imagine being this good and thinking you'd want to do anything else. It's so fucking insane. What? 9x multi-kill so far.
I mean, he cheats, so it's all aimbot.
It's
so easy to play on mouse and keyboard. Too. Look, he has his whole arm to aim, dude. It's so easy to do.
All you have to do is just point your gun at people and then shoot them.
It's so easy. Like, why do people think this? There's no skill involved. He has his whole. Look at his. I bet we can't even see his arm right now. His whole arm is just moving because it's so easy.
Yeah. All you have to do is just move your wrist and then shoot. It's so simple.
I'm not even impressed.
Yeah. You know what? Get this shit off my screen.
Yeah.
Get this.
Do you have any Nick Merckx highlights? Actually, I'd rather watch that. Yeah.
Yeah. We need.
Yeah.
Sticks. Yeah. So, anyways, joking, guys. Relax. Yeah. TGD's in. Interesting question, but Iron does have insane game sense, though. Like, no cap. He makes some fucking huge, big brain plays.
Well,
which is cool.
Doesn't somebody that goes on a 19 kill streak in 15 seconds, don't they also have to have some game sense?
Yeah,
I mean, they have to know how to move their character and shit too, right?
Yeah.
I feel like people that get a bunch of wins like Iron, and he's really skilled, obviously, but he's not like flicking on people like TGD. I feel like people just default and say that somebody like him has amazing game sense just because they're good, but they're not like some snappy aimer. So they just say, oh, they have good game sense, right? Do you get what I'm saying? It's like
I think
I do. Because it's like they don't know how else to describe it. They're like, oh, he has good game sense. Because the people with insane aim usually have really, really good game sense too.
That's true. And this is actually how Tanner and I deduced that someone in a Black Ops 4 lobby once upon a time, Arkham Knight, G6 Arkham Knight, F's in the chat for Arkham Knight. This is how we figured out that he was cheating. Because he was like, he had like insane aim, supposedly, but his movement was just, his movement and his positioning were just awful. He even got his scythe and then jumped in the water at mid of Icebreaker with 4 people in front of him. Of course, he gets instantly shit on. And then we were expected to believe this guy has the best aim we've ever seen, but he doesn't know that jumping in the water in front of 4 people is probably not a good idea. Among other things, too. Like, he wasn't sliding. His movement was awful, but he had really good aim. We were like, and that's a point we made in that YouTube video. You guys can check it out on the YouTube, actually. It's in the Black Ops 4 playlist, The Trial of G6 Arkham Knight. We were like, yeah, you can't get this good of aim without learning how to move your character. This guy has to be cheating.
Yeah.
So I agree with that, too. If your aim is really good, your game sense is almost certainly going to be really good, too. So, good question. But yeah, you can't really you can't really separate those things as cleanly as maybe you'd want to. Oh, this is an interesting question from Young Bjorn. I had my answer. So you had me in the first half. What is your least favorite COD map of all time, Grosnet Raid, that is not in MW 2019 Game of the Year edition? Very interesting question.
Oh, wow.
Very
he got you there, but he knew you were going to say that.
Yeah,
he just knew it.
Yeah, he was ready.
Man, the worst one. It's almost hard picking out a worst one because if it's that bad, it's like you hardly even played it. I mean, let's just throw it out there, even though you just said not Modern Warfare. Piccadilly is single-handedly the worst map Call of Duty has ever put out, and I won't be told otherwise. Piccadilly is the worst map they've ever made.
It's really shit.
In terms of not MW 2019, do you remember? It was for sure in COD 4. I don't know if it was in any other CODs, but it was called, I think Wetwork.
That sounds super familiar.
It was on like an oil rig in the middle of the night. It was a 1-lane map. It was utter dog shit. People camped in the back with snipers. It was just an awful, awful map, and it was dark out and it was raining, so it was terrible.
Oh, I think it was like hijacked, but dog shit.
It was so bad.
Just one ship.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Such a bad map. Holy shit.
That's funny.
Dog shit map.
I think
Wetworks was basically in the Modern Warfare 2019 like campaign, wasn't it? Wasn't like one of the first missions where they land the helicopter on a ship? I don't know if that was kind of supposed to be Wetworks or something, but it was that same idea.
I don't know. I need to look up. I don't remember the campaign really. I need to look up some maps here. I think I know the one, but I have to just find the name of it. God, MW2 just had such good maps.
I already know it. Are you trying to find that one, the underpass one where you can't see people?
It's called Underpass, yeah.
Is that what it's called? Okay.
Probably
Dog shit
Underpass.
Map. Yeah.
Probably Underpass. This map is simply not good. As we've said before.
We don't like rain, dude. Just give me a bright, sunny sky.
Yeah, it's that
simple.
It's
I don't want. We don't need rain. This isn't fucking Arma. This isn't a realism simulation, or just give me a sunny map that's pretty.
Exactly. I would say one of the BO4 DLC maps, but I feel like that's kind of cheating. Because all of the BO4 DLC maps were bad. Artifact is probably the worst one I've ever played. It was really bad. But
fuck. Was that like the dinosaur looking map? Why did I think it was something out of like Jurassic Park?
Yeah.
Artifact was awful. That needed to be like a 20 versus 20 map.
Yeah. But if we're not picking DLC maps, Underpass, because it had the visibility of every MW 2019 map, which is to say the worst I've ever seen.
Gridlock was a dog shit map too.
Let's see. Black Ops 4 DLC maps.
Actually, every single DLC map was... No, actually, Casino was dope.
Sandstorm was pretty shit.
Arsenal Sandstorm. Awful.
Yeah, but Artifact, I think.
Awful.
Artifact maybe is the worst one I've ever played. That's not in MW. I mean, this map was not good at all. It was entirely too big. It was just like a...
It was pretty
like
looking.
A capillary system. And where you just don't see anyone unless you're in like a trench like this. It was really shit. Really dog shit map. Really awful, embarrassing, bad map. Dropshot was really bad too. Really bad. Because there were red lights everywhere. And that's what the character models had also. What did this
I like that map.
What did this contribute to? Me not being able to see people. Because when I see a red light,
people flying on that map.
I don't know if it's a dude or if it's just
I'm starting to agree with Jake. I think you need glasses.
Maybe I do. I am dying, so maybe.
Give me your monitor, because you're just dumb. You don't deserve that monitor.
I don't deserve it, yeah?
No.
Yeah. Hacienda Twilight was really shit, too. Jungle Flooded. Jungle Flooded has to be it, actually.
No, Jungle Flooded wasn't as bad. Actually, Arsenal Sandstorm, no.
Jungle Flooded, dude, did
you couldn't even access most of the map on Jungle Flooded.
Don't tell me Jungle Flooded was not awful. Holy shit. It was really bad. Really bad. Probably worse than Artifact, actually. Because if you see on the screenshot, if you were at this hut, you win. You win. Every way to this hut, you have to go through water. You just win. Easily, like for free. That's how every game went. It was a race to whichever team could get here first just wins automatically. So this map was really dog shit too. Boy, there were a lot of shit maps in this game. Lair was fine. Launch was cool. Lockup was actually pretty good. Morocco was not good. And I never liked Seaside.
Morocco grew on me. Okay. Morocco ended up being a pretty fun map.
It wasn't bad, but yeah.
It was about as average of a map as you can get, but it wasn't as bad as you used to make it sound.
I think you're right. I think you're right. So anyways, let's do a couple more here, little buddy.
Let's just finish this page off maybe or something.
Let's do a couple little more. Yeah, we can perhaps do that. Okay. Do you guys think videos from people like Drifter, JGod, and Exclusive Ace make Warzone overly competitive? Everyone using the same guns, etc. That's an interesting question, actually.
I think it adds to it. Yeah. I mean, it has to, because actually, if they didn't put out those videos, truly, most people wouldn't know what guns to use, especially when this question was asked, which was we'll say more than a month ago. We'll say more than a month ago.
Yeah.
It was for sure more than a month ago. Then it was very important, because if you didn't use those guns, you were simply losing every gunfight. Now I don't think it matters as much. You can kind of... So many guns are usable right now. So many attachments are usable. So I think this question doesn't really matter anymore. But when you ask this, yes, absolutely, they contributed to the competitiveness in Warzone because they did their best weapon loadouts and everyone was only using those pretty much. But it's not like it's those guys' fault. You know, it's like they were doing that to show us things that we didn't know because they were changing weapon attachments and not telling us, or weapon attachments never worked when they were put in from Cold War, or they were doing the opposite of what they said, etc. So they kind of had to tell us that, thankfully, but it did for sure kind of, ended up everyone was using the same gun. Large part due to those videos. Yeah.
Like what they all did and do is tell us things that should be in the game. So like the attachment says it increases your range. It doesn't. So we have to go to JGod to find that out. but they're not really telling us anything that we shouldn't already know. Because in every other first-person shooter game, if you put on an attachment, so like rapid fire on a KN57 in BO4, it told me it increased the rate of fire, and guess what it did? It increased the rate of fire. It was that simple. So the game should tell you what attachments do. Because they don't, we need people like JGod, Exclusive Ace, True Game Data, etc. to tell us those things. Does that contribute to making Warzone more competitive? Yes, because now everyone who watches those videos knows what fucking attachments do. But that, like Tanner said, is not their fault. And that's something that should be in the game anyway. So, not particularly, no. And also, by the way, if you guys have been playing video games for a while, back in MW 2, when YouTube class setup guides were not a thing, everyone still figured out what was the most OP insane shit and used it. There was still everyone using, one-man army noob tube. There was still everyone using the ACR and the UMP. No, I don't think this really contributes that much to Warzone being competitive. Especially now, I don't think it does at all. Because even if, even if there were no YouTube videos, there's still going to be a meta. Again, you guys have played video games before. Was there not the OP thing you would get mad at that people would use in COD 4 before YouTube video and class setups were out? Of course there was. You know?
True.
And like World at War 2, there was like that one gun with the saucer as a magazine where it was like, if you use
not Chinese, Japanese gun or something.
I think so. I don't know what it's called, but it was one of the only guns in that game where if you used stopping power on it, it's still the same number of shots to kill. Therefore, you didn't need to run stopping power on that class, so you could use Juggernaut instead. And that was like really OP. This was before YouTube class setups were a thing, and everyone figured it out. Because every time the best person in the lobby gets play of the game, they look at the scoreboard, they see who it is, and they say, oh, it's a guy using Juggernaut with that gun again. Weird. Maybe I should try it. And then you get a meta. So no, I don't really think so. I don't really think so at all.
Cool.
So. Next one is from Papa Shido. Why are you guys so uncultured when it comes to anything other than Call of Duty, the video game? Pop, take your shirt off.
Yeah, I agree with that. Take your shirt off, buddy.
Next
and send me some pictures to my Twitter. Your shirt off.
Yeah, that's of course true. So end it all, Pop. Next one, Gen Hero, 797 meter headshot. Okay.
Damn, that's a long distance headshot.
That's a long distance headshot. Do you think Do you think conversion kits lived up to their potential in MW? Aside from the 41 AE rounds on the Uzi and Snake Shot on the Magnum, none of them ever seemed super viable. Even the 545 is just kind of there despite being buffed. I believe that's a reference to the AUG. Oh wait, no. The fuck's a 545?
That was like the conversion to basically make the AK-47 a 74U, but it didn't. Yeah, it was just dog shit.
SOCOM rounds, 9mm for the M4, shotgun slugs, M67 rounds for the AMAX. What? The AMAX has a conversion kit?
What is that?
I didn't know that.
M67 rounds?
Yeah, I don't know what that is. And more never found their footing, in my opinion. I don't know if this guy is bugging.
Have I been living a lie? A 10-round M67 mags. DMR style AMAX. What?
I didn't know
this existed. Have I never seen that?
I didn't know it existed, I swear.
Well, that answer goes to tell you no, they didn't live up to their hype because they're all dog shit.
Yeah.
It looks like it just makes it like an SVD, actually. Huh. Oh my god, it has so much recoil. I'm watching a little video. No, I think they really I would say they missed an opportunity with these, but also I don't know. Like I feel like what the 74U or the 5.45 rounds on the AK should have done is made the gun handle like super fast to actually feel like a 74U or something. You can kit it out that way, but it's like you can use extended mags on an AK-47 in Modern Warfare and kit the gun out so you still have insane movement speed, good recoil control, and you're doing way more damage with the normal AK bullets compared to the 5.45 rounds. So yeah, all of the ammo conversions were dog shit. The M4 one that turned it into like a DMR essentially. It's like, cool, you get a 10 round DMR. You can use another tactical that you can get like 20 or 30 rounds on. So why
like
even use the M4 with 10? Yeah. It was a cool idea. I like it in theory. None of them were really worth using though, except of course the ones you mentioned, which is the 41 AE for the Uzi, which turned it into a god tier weapon and was so fun to use, and Snake Shot, which was busted and overpowered and I hated.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was cool for them to add in. I mean, a lot of shit players use them actually, I noticed. So people were using them. They would use the 10 round mag for the M4 actually I saw used often by, you know, players that were a little below average, which is completely fine, but they were using them at least. So they got put to use, but they're all dog shit to answer your question. Yeah.
Yeah. So one thing, Jen, is that in multiplayer, a lot more of these are viable than like in Warzone. Like, I mean, none of this is viable in Warzone actually, including the Uzi.
He did say MDub, so maybe he's thinking multiplayer.
If that's the case, then the 9mm for the M4 is actually pretty fucking good in multiplayer. Is pretty goddamn good. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I get that. I was gonna bring that up actually, but the thing is, what is it? 30 rounds or
30.
something? You can use an
30s,
MP5 that has more than that, 45 rounds.
Yeah,
you know.
I agree.
So they're cool, and I like the aspect in terms of like the realism approach, because there are 9mm M4 variants in real life. You know, all of that is realistic stuff, so that's cool, and I appreciate them putting it in the game. But they just, you know, if you want to use a 9mm gun and actually wanted to do really well with it, you would just use like an MP5 or something.
Yep. So my answer to the question, do you think conversion kits lived up to their potential in MDub? My answer is yes, because they didn't have much potential to begin with. Don't put them in the game. Just like Tanner said, why the fuck would I waste an attachment slot on an M4 to make it a submachine gun when I could just choose a submachine gun and then not have to waste that attachment slot? Yeah. There's just no reason to do it. And that's always going to be the case. And that's why conversion kits, they're cool, they're neat, they're novel.
Neat, cool.
but they're never going to be good. You can't expect them to be good. Except, I guess, to be fair, the 41 AE rounds on the Uzi, true. You can't use the Uzi without them, in fact. And Snake Shot on the Magnums, also true. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I feel like you should only be offering conversion kits where you're converting something to a type of weapon that is otherwise unavailable. So, like, making an M4 into a submachine gun, 9mm, there are fucking 20 9mm guns in the game. So don't add that to the game. Because then if you want to use 9mm, you can just use a better gun. But like the 41 AE rounds, you can't use that unless you pick the Uzi. That's cool. That's why it's viable, by the way. And like the AK, where you can put in the submachine gun rounds for that, same thing. It's awful. And if I wanted to use a submachine gun, I would use a fucking submachine gun. So I think they lived up to their potential because they have almost none. And it's not a good idea. That's
the AUG one was pretty cool, and I think people actually use that. Wasn't there an AUG conversion to 5.56, which essentially turned the AUG into an AR? But again, it's a 30 round assault rifle versus just using a normal assault rifle with extended mags of 50 or 60 or something.
You could get 60 on the AUG.
Oh, could you? Was that one?
Yes, 5.56 60 round drum mag.
Oh yeah, it was the drum. Yeah, you're right.
But it was
that was
slow.
Yeah.
So then, exactly like you said, okay, well, I can use an M13 with this much ammo, and it'll be faster.
Yeah.
And shoot the same caliber. So, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, a lot of them are just fucking dumb. I mean, there's no problem with a dog shit attachment being in the game. It's just a waste of their time, but I don't care. Just don't pick it, you know?
Yeah.
So, I don't think this is any, you know... MW has a lot of other problems that should be addressed before that. That's all I'm saying. But, yeah. Interesting question, though. But I don't know what else could have been like a good conversion kit that I would actually see being worth using.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't think there are any.
So, all right. Next one. I Need More Gunny asks, why is the super soldier in the Dropshot logo using an LMG and not a classic COD, AR, or SMG? What reason do I have to continue listening to this program knowing that its iconography suggests such a disgusting weapon class? Damn. JK, the logo is fire, but was there an actual reason for this choice in weapon?
Well, apparently you weren't listening just now, Gunny. I'm a LMG main on Cold War. That's all I use. The only gun worth using in Cold War now. Even snipers aren't that good anymore, finally. I mean, LMGs are just the best. But I think this actually was a conversation we had, because I don't think we even told them what we wanted for the logo. I'm pretty sure we told them almost nothing, unless you did. I didn't tell them anything. I know that. You probably told them something, actually. Yeah,
I told them we want a guy who's prone.
Yeah, and I think you even brought this up, and you're like, isn't that an LMG he's holding?
Yeah, I remember.
Didn't we have that conversation?
Yes, yeah.
And I was like, yeah, but it does look cool, because it's like, it's bigger than using an assault rifle or something, so it's kind of cool. But yeah, we are LMG using pieces of shit in Cold War. I don't know what you want us to do, Gunny.
Yeah.
I'm an abuser.
Yeah, so when, like Tanner mentioned, when we were getting the new logo done, we told our guy, like, all right, I told our guy, like, all right, we want a soldier who's like, you know, got all kinds of gear on, so you can't tell what the person looks like. And then we want him drop shotting. So we want him prone, shooting a gun. That was the extent to which I gave the detail. And then what probably happened was the guy looked up like prone soldier shooting a gun, and he probably saw two things, because in real life you don't drop shot probably. And if you're shooting prone in real life, you're either shooting a sniper rifle or an LMG. So then he was like, LMG is probably going to look better for a logo. Let's do that. And then, yeah, I was like, well, it'd be nice to have like an AR, but I don't know. I think people do shoot ARs from prone actually in real life too, probably. But LMGs and snipers like are always shot from prone, or really often. I don't know. It's a logo. We don't care that much. It's a dope looking logo. The choice of gun doesn't matter to me too much. Maybe one day we'll update the logo. We'll keep it exactly the same, but we'll have our soldier holding a different gun. Like but what gun would he be holding? Here's the last question from Razanon. Keep it. Razanon asks, Tanner, if you had to change the type of weapon being held in the Dropshot, a Call of Duty podcast logo, what gun would you pick? Tanner.
A sniper rifle.
Which one?
A Barrett 50 cal.
A Barrett?
That would look cool for the image. That would look dope.
It would look cool.
It would be twice as long as the logo itself. What about a ZRG, dude? It would... The logo would stretch across the screen completely because the barrel's so long. Yeah.
It'd be cut off. Yeah. I'm kind of thinking, you know how in Tarkov you can lean while you're prone?
Yeah.
What if you were holding like a deagle?
Like this.
Like a deagle, and you're like on your side. like leaning Tarkov with a deagle aiming. That would look kind of cool on a logo.
Yeah, sure. We can go into Tarkov and just take a screenshot, and we can just make that our new logo again, like you did last time.
We could do that again for sure. So, all right, Tanner, anything else?
Of course not.
Okay. All right, chat, we're fucking done. I'm done. I'm sick of you guys. I'm done. I'm kidding.
Damn.
Jokes, relax. All right, boys and girls. Yeah, that's it. Little more Q&A today because we didn't get through very many last week. So we wanted to get a little more caught up. We'll have a couple more coming, but like next Saturday, I expect we will not be doing Q&A. We've got a lot to talk about with all the fucking changes we've had, which I'm excited to do. We're going to be doing some more Patreon episodes, obviously. One of them is going to be talking about Cold War in this most recent update on the Patreon. I think we're going to be doing like a little behind the scenes maybe. We have all the topic ideas laid out, but we just got to get into them. So with that said, boys and girls, I will thank you, all you new patrons who did not get acknowledged today. I will do that Wednesday. If you likewise want to be acknowledged, patreon.com/thedropshot. It's the best way to support this program. We get the most out of your dollar, your hard-earned dollar, or 50, and you don't have to do that much. And you get the most out of it too. $5 a month, 4 bonus eps. $10 a month, 5 bonus eps. We do weekly hangouts like we did last night. We all took our shirts off and trolled Tanner for 7 hours, and it was really fucking fun. So, you know, the hangouts are like reason enough, I think, to join the Patreon. But the bonus episodes are cool too, and we do other things also. We do the call-ins live. We do like private Q&A, recorded episodes every month. Good shit. It's fun shit. And it's the best way to support us. We're on the verge of just breakdown, frankly. We live sad, pathetic lives. We live on our parents'
I at least leave my
dime.
house. I'm fine.
Well,
but sure, bud.
Tanner's, not only do we lead sad, pathetic lives, but Tanner's in denial about it. So that's even worse. So what do we need?
Gaming Boomer's in the chat. He saw me last night leave the house.
Cap. So what do we need?
Cool.
We need money, and money is fake anyway. So just join the Patreon.
Pay me in Dogecoin from here on out. Actually,
okay, you can do that, but also join the Patreon with United States dollars. That would be very much appreciated. Also, the dropshot.com. It's our home for everything. We have links to everything there. Join the fucking Discord, of course. The tournament is coming up next month, June 12th. Ask Gododote for details because I have none. And stay mad about it. Twitter, we're very active. We have weekly schedules posted there. Pinned tweet. We have the tournament image there for the schedule there. TikTok, you can see me carry Tanner, Lag, and Jacob down to a win in Warzone in one of our most recent TikToks because they're bad and I'm better than them. And I have the widest shoulders in the Discord. All right. Thank you all for listening. Thank you for watching. Have a stupidly good evening, or don't. Have a good evening if you join the Patreon, and have a shit evening if you didn't. How about that? Hey, how's that, listener? Kidding. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Have an excellent evening. Of course, and as always, remember, stay humble.
Stay humble.